saw out of Arizona yesterday. Shortly before the recess, the Republican Study Committee, which speaks for 80% of House Republicans, unveiled a blueprint for a total Republican control, including the White House. The contrast between their vision and House Democrats could not be more stark. House Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare, and Democrats want to protect these programs. House Republicans want to end IVF. We want to protect Americans to start and grow their families. Their budget is a foundational document, and their goal is to ban abortion. House Democrats will never stop fighting to restore reproductive freedom.
This morning, inflation came in a little hotter than expected. Rent, car insurance, home health care, a lot of
I travel all around the country, and Americans constantly tell me that they want to see governance work. They want lawmakers to come together to solve the problems that they're facing. But under a Republican majority, we've seen nothing but chaos and extremism since day one of this Congress. The American people are fed up with the nonsense that doesn't help them in any way. On any significant legislation that has actually become law this Congress, it has been bipartisan and passed with Democratic votes in the House. Leader Jeffries and Democrats have always said we will support bipartisan solutions and stand up against extremism. Nowhere is Republican extremism more apparent than with reproductive rights. A great caucus meeting down the street where there was lots of energy and enthusiasm in the room. The evidence is clear. Republicans are on the wrong side of public opinion. Since the Dobbs decision, the American people have protected reproductive freedoms in 7 straight state referendums. They are turning out to defend their rights, and this November, at least 7 more states will likely have abortion measures before the people. In these states are 18 swing districts that will be critical to determining the House majority, and reproductive freedom is guaranteed to be a driving issue. The simple truth is, when abortion rights are on the ballot, people turn out to defend their rights, and Democrats win. Only Democrats support women's right to make their own health care decisions, period.
Democrats' focus on came in, a little higher than expectations. I want to know what your message.
Republicans are simply too extreme for everyday Americans and aren't focused on the priorities of working families. This is the contrast that we're going to continue to highlight here in Congress and back in our communities from now through November.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The March CPI was released this morning. Inflation came in a little hotter.
We are at an inflection point in this country. And I know I speak for my colleagues here when I say we will not sit by and watch our fundamental freedoms be stripped from us. This November, in Arizona, safe and legal abortion access will be on the ballot. And people won't walk. They will run to the polls in Arizona. And they'll come out in force to elect candidates who truly, consistently, and sincerely support abortion rights at every level of government, especially here in Congress.
Speaker, Democrats might save him in exchange of him bringing aid to Ukraine.
And right now, the same politicians who co-sponsored the Life at Conception Act to end all abortion and celebrated the Dobbs decision are trying to distance themselves from the Arizona Supreme Court ruling. The American people are smart. They know when politicians are talking out of both sides of their mouths. When Democrats take back the House, and we will, we're going to take women's rights in this country forward, not backward. We're going to protect access to IVF and contraception. We're going to pass the Women's Health Protection Act and restore Roe as the law of the land.